But let's go ahead and look at what is still to come. One more big match for you between Henrykinh0 and Ettorito. So let's find out who's going to be joining Huda as the representative of AC Milan at the World Finals.
For 15 years on since his first World Finals appearance, Ettorito takes his chair on the stage and is one game away from making it yet another World Finals appearance, his ninth World Finals. That is scary to say.
It is crazy, eh?
It is absolutely
He
crazy.
has dedicated 75% of his life to eFootball competitions.
Wow.
The career he told by himself. He was facing people 20 years older than him when he started, and now he's still being young at this scenario, at this level.
27 years of age. That is
Wow.
That is crazy. The man who stands between him and his 9th World Finals appearance is on your screen now.
And what a player.
Henrykinh0. What a player. 24 years old, hailing from Brazil, our America's representative. 4-time Brazilian champion, former Barcelona player back in 2020, of course. And interestingly enough, Alex, you said this to me this morning. In 2018, the last time Ettorito won the World Finals, these two met in the group stages.
Yep, exactly. And this completely brings me to that day. I was there, and it shocked me. That though we are in 2018 or 2025, but it's pretty amazing to see these two gladiators of eFootball, keeping at the highest level, looking for more opportunities, looking for more chances to become what we all wanted, is to become world champion. And one of those trophies will be for the winner of this grand final on console, the Italian, the Brazilian experience, victories, achievement on both sides so far, but only one will make it to Japan representing AC Milan. Henrykinh0 was really close to get out of the group stage, but the same for Ettorito. They all had to win the last match in the group stage. They finally made it, and now 90 minutes to the glory.
It was a true gauntlet, that console group stage. It was going down to the last fixture. Henrykinh0 needed somewhat of a favour from Ettorito in terms of beating Saif Al-Hacker just to qualify for this console grand final. Let me tell you, there will be no favours afforded here. The last time they met was 7 years ago at a World Finals. Here at the grand final of the console tournament of the AC Milan Club Event Finals, it is Ettorito taking on Henrykinh0, Italy against Brazil. And here we go. The Brazilian Henrykinh0 starting off here in the grey strip.
Ball,
and I tell you what, that is a good ball to start off the grand final.
In the very last moment, the defender touched him not to let him strike comfortably. But great. Nice first chance for Henrykinh0, Tammy Abraham. Good advice, eh? Say, hey, Torre, I'm here. We'll see.
A bit of early frustration there in the reaction of Ettorito, who will be playing in that red and white Milan strip. For Henrykinh0, it was great to hear in our video interview with him. It's a dream to be in Italy. It was my father's dream. Is my father's dream to come to Italy, so it's nice of him to lend me that dream. He would love to return back to Brazil again, as the champion.
Great initiative, great start so far for Henrykinh0, which is connecting some nice passes, putting some difficulties over Ettorito right now.
Nice build-up. Nice one-touch passing to create the triangle and get around the midfield of Ettorito.
At the end of the day, you need to play easy and simple, no? It's the most effective way so far. Wonderful double touch. Leao getting into the box and cross. Mañan with the hand, and now the clear of Henrykinh0, and now connecting with Rafael Leao for Joao Felix. But Tomori regaining the ball for Ettore that quickly goes high up the pitch. Harry, seems to be a really fun game to watch, with two sides attacking all over the pitch as fast as they can.
We've seen that near post cross and header to Tammy Abraham be a go-to weapon for Ettorito so far today. Henrykinh0, though, trying to turn and fashion a chance of his own.
Leao Walker, who is faster.
Look at this.
And stronger.
Leao seemingly back inside.
Nice block.
Strong challenge by Theo Hernandez. It will be a corner, nothing more.
Was really fast Henrykinh0 when he saw impossible to defend it with Kyle Walker switching quickly to, I think it was Theo Hernandez, yes, to block what could be a great goal by Ettorito, that now has a corner kick that we saw in Mobile 2 and console are really, really nice opportunities, no? Out of the control of the defender, no? This is the situation that we, the players, look for most of the times.
So Henrykinh0 has a corner to defend here. Abraham is the aerial target for Ettorito, knocks inside, and it's Leao! Advantage to the Italian. Ettore in front, a well-worked corner routine. And it's the first goal of the console grand final.
Definitely a masterclass of how to kick a corner kick. Basically winning that header with Tammy Abraham, the pass to Loftus-Cheek, and just the best player so far of the team waiting from outside the box, Rafael Leao, to make it simple and efficient. Ettorito leading in a final. It seems normal, but it's not done. Henrykinh0 needs to react. The Brazilian needs to react right now.
Of course, in the group stages, they would have played out a draw. I believe it was 1 goal apiece on that occasion. That cannot happen this time. We have extra time and penalties on hand if we need them. So far, Ettorito.
Oh, big mistake for Henrykinh0, but big mistake again with that pass, that through ball. No one is still connecting a good passes combination, bit accurate. It's a grand final, ladies and gentlemen. Nerves are really, really, really marking the path on this final.
Oh, Mañan came a long way. Header was luckily floated quite high, and Henrykinh0 can cross the halfway line.
It's a completely game of two halves right now. No control at all. Ettorito, Tammy Abraham! Offside.
Wide and offside.
Nice try. I don't know in which side is better to have this out of control match. In the meanwhile, still just 1 goal difference, still open from both sides. A really, really interesting match so far, this grand final of Mobile. Now the mistake, somehow Tomori fell. It's a chance, 2v1. Tommy Abraham, the cross! Mañan saving Henrykinh0 once again.
Well, you cannot have too many more mistakes like that, Henrykinh0.
Exactly.
What can you show us going forward?
Another
Abraham
response,
with a really nice through ball to Joao Felix, but defended by Ettorito.
Ettorito now having a hard time to clear that ball. And that will be the response. Joao Felix, Henrykinh0 rushing that match. Easy to the defender.
Almost snatched a yard or two away there, did Joao Felix, but
I have the feeling that anything can happen in any action,
About 10 minutes or so from half-time. Something tells me there's more goals to come in this console grand final.
Henrykinh0 is expecting a pass in. Ettorito still running.
That is a good prediction, cutting off that passing lane, but also that double touch inside lane. But again,
no one can accurate 2-3 passes in a row.
Cannot get a hold of the ball, neither of our console finalists here.
Finally, Rangers getting the possession, looking for Rafael Leao. and start the attack of Ettorito. Tammy Abraham inside the ball. The backstreet pass. Easy for Mike Mañan. Another attempt on target for Ettorito. And Henrykinh0 that are having the most difficulties now into the match, but still in a decent situation. We'll see if he can create a good chance now.
Ooh. Tackle by Ettorito. Can't push the advantage he gained from it though.
This could be a nice one for Henrykinh0.
Very nice indeed. Loftus-Cheek inside the box.
At the great block.
Bafana will contest a header, but it's only to the CDM of Ettorito. Reinders up to João Felix.
1 minute, added on.
Last attack of the half, you'd imagine. And look at this, Rafael Leao's giving chase to this. Like a fox in the box, he's been all of today.
Oh
and
my God, the last
Abraham,
one.
has he stayed onside here?
No,
the linesman
offside.
says offside. So that will signal the end of the first half. It will be Ettorito 1, Henrykinh0 0.
Pretty well matched to watch. We always said that. I have the feeling that even if Ettorito having the initiative, unless he scored the second or the third one, Henrykinh0 is still dangerous, really dangerous every single time he goes high up at the pitch. We'll see. Henrykinh0 need to react and get the equalizer as soon as possible.
Well, they swap ends for the second half. Henrykinh0 will attack the right hand side of your screen.
Offside.
Ettorito will go the other way.
Yeah, it is.
Rafael Leao. Too much pressure from Henrykinh0 there. Couldn't find. It was Tammy Abraham up front. Reinders now here for Ettorito. Trying to twist and turn and just shake his marker, but the Englishman Kyle Walker was there the whole way. Look at the red shirts here though, to try and capitalise, but that will be a corner.
With that header deflecting the pass, that could be a potential goal for Ettorito. Another corner kick for Ettorito. Let's see if he has something else prepared to surprise his opponent, to surprise Henrykinh0.
Tammy Abraham will be the target here again, knocked inside, and it's Loftus-Cheek. Oh, you can
Almost.
tell he's rehearsed some of these corners.
Oh, no room for that. Almost in. Great save. Sorry, great way to block the run of Reinders. Nice attempt for Ettorito in the corner kick. Keeps alive Henrykinh0. He just need to do one good chance, Harry. But still the pressure for Ettorito, a really strong one.
We've yet to see Henrykinh0 really get going here in the second half. This could be a chance to change that.
And that's
as well.
the
Look
moment.
at Rafael Leao. Oh, it's saved. Abraham can try and recycle, but again offside. This was a really good chance for Henrykinh0.
Indeed, eh? It was a one-on-one action. Another save by Mike Mañan. Henrykinh0 that, well, is getting a step up in to do something else.
Nice tackle.
To put Ettorito over the limits.
Turn around the corner, and now Henrykinh0 starting to play a bit more fluid.
30 minutes left in the console grand final here in Milano at the AC Milan club event finals.
Well, Tomori's come a long way. He's out of position. But now Henrykinh0 trailing in this game, trying to turn his fortunes around.
Now the action's getting 50-50 more than ever before. Time is running, nerves appearing, and no one wants to concede a big mistake.
We're in the time period of the match where we'd expect those substitutes and changes to come in. Another offside.
Don't you realize how many offside has made Henrykinh0, eh?
A lot, yeah.
4-5, it's kind of interesting, no? And now we see substitution on both sides. Pulisic for Henrykinh0. As well, Pulisic, Musa. Santiago Jimenez for Ettorito. Chukwueze for Henrykinh0 as a right forward, sorry. They have go for it in any of the sides. Is now some refreshment some extra pace, no, for those long runs. Harry to make the difference with the defenders quite exhausted, let's say, you know, in terms of stamina. That is really important in eFootball. Anything can happen.
Numero 14, numero 8, numero 90.
It is as close as you like here between these two. Advantage belongs to Ettorito, up 1-0. But Henrykinh0's had his chances. Can't keep giving the ball away like that, though. As Fofana to Rafael can start for Ettorito to continue his search of that second goal that would surely make things nice and cosy for him.
Let's see one of these counter. Cool work for Henrykinh0, no? Reinders. It's Rafael the nutmeg, and that could be the chance for Henrykinh0.
Oh, he got his strike away.
But somehow Leao found a way to strike the chance. And that could be a dramatic equalizer for the Brazilian. Look at the replay. The pass wasn't the best one. Thiago deflected, but
around the corner.
How fast Leao was to kick that ball. Almost in. Now this time Ettorito surviving to that spicy moment, no?
You won't get many more opportunities like that against Ettorito.
Right.
That's why we saw the exasperation from Henrykinh0. 15 minutes left.
Probably Henrykinh0 playing his best minutes during this final so far. We'll see if he can approach it. Ettorito, who needs to save the score, survive, because the momentum is on Henrykinh0.
Defensively, Ettorito has been so difficult to break down today. Christian Pulisic on that far side. Look at Jimenez. Tomori's trying to hurry him and does so successfully. Approaching the final 10 in-game minutes. As it stands, Ettorito would go to a ninth World Finals appearance. Maintaining possession here as well. Christian Pulisic back to Jimenez. Rafael Leao. He's tackled. Henrykinh0 just letting the ball run there. Ettorito waiting for that eventuality. Round one, of course, all the way back at the end of November 2024. It has been a long, long road to Milan, and it's an even longer one to Tokyo, Japan. We're about 5 or so in-game minutes away from the full-time whistle if it stays like this.
4-2-4 tactic for Henrykinh0 that needs to be or more accurate on his build-up play, or to force some difficulties, some mistake from Ettorito. Just 5 minutes remain. Ettorito's leading. We'll see if Henrykinh0 can accumulate many players to force that situation that we mentioned.
Jovic fresh on the pitch. Connects with the header, but is dispossessed. Following that, we're entering the final dregs of this competition.
Ettorito playing on full blue to save his positioning of his too strong line he's putting.
Oh, that's a big mistake! And Santiago Jimenez can seal it here for Ettorito. 1-on-1! Oh!
That could be the end of the final, but still on the final, still on the chances from the Brazilian. Ettorito needs to keep the score if he wants to be in the World Final. 3 minutes left. 3 minutes added on.
Henrykinh0 is dancing with death there.
That was marked.
We're into the final.
One more, eh?
The final
you need to
minute.
win the header, and the secondary action is still on time, eh?
The final minute of 3 added on. It is a minimum of 3, so if it goes forward from here, you'd have to imagine it's probably going to be a last chance for Henrykinh0. But something tells me the referee's going to blow his whistle, and it will be Ettorito who wins the AC Milan
club events and represent the Rossinieri at the World Finals, his 9th World Finals appearance. Congratulations, who else could it be but an Italian here in Milan to eventually later on lift the trophy. Alex, what a final we just saw between those two.
Really, really intense final. Those details, tactically in game, to read the game at their best, to know how to deal with the situation depends the moment. But this action, that set piece, at the end of the day, it marks the final and the victory of the Italian over the Brazilian. Even if you can mention many actions, Harry, but that free corner kick was the key. And at the end of the day, that's football, no set pieces in the training practice happens in the right moment and perform in their best way.
We saw in the second half a very, very similar corner routine. It's something that Ettorito's definitely worked on, but for Henrykinh0, it just was not his game of eFootball. 3 shots, none of them troubling the Mike Magnan defending Ettorito's goal. And that about sums it up for Henrykinh0 here today. What a performance and what a journey he had. But in the end, it was almost like plot armor for Ettorito. He had so many lives throughout, but he has looked at his sharpest and at his very best here, Semra. Ettorito is AC Milan club champion. Who else?
Who else indeed? And I do like what you said earlier about it being so fitting that an Italian would win here in Milan and represent one of the big clubs of the city, the Rossoneri, AC Milan in the World Finals. So it is quite nice that we are going to have at least one representative that actually hails from the same country as the club that the person will be representing. But nonetheless, it's also nice to see almost a second coming for Ettorito, a second lease on life, if you will, in terms of his return to prominence. And it does bode well for him, Alex, as he now makes way to Japan.
Indeed, Semra, is really impressive, to be honest. It feels like yesterday when we were competing against each other, competing under the same team. And right now, this man keeps on top. The champion of AC Milan club event finals, Ettore. Huge congratulations. 9th time at the World Finals. It feels like, a normal day to you, to qualify to the World Finals. How do you feel right now?
Well, you counted this. I didn't know even. So, no, but yeah, of course, I'm really happy. It was a hard game. I know him. We play since long time. Always opponent. And I knew that it was our final. So now I'm happy. Finally, I can try to figure out my new dream, and that's it.
The final, at the end of the day, we were talking before the competition. You have prepared any corner kick special, and you said no, only one. But honestly, that one I didn't saw that coming. It was a master corner kick. You were expecting to score like that, or just simply try and let's see?
I mean, yeah, it's exactly how you said. Like yesterday, we were in a table talking. You have some corner kick. I say, no, I don't. I mean, I just have one, but it was only with Abram head.
So you lied to me or what?
I mean, it was only one. It was for Abram, and then I just tried to make a feint with the how is the name? Cursor, game cursor switching. And then I put on the smallest one in his defense. And so I win the head. And then Loftus-Cheek did a good pass. And with the new card layout, thanks God, with the first time shot, I scored. So yeah.
It was impressive. The other day was a great final, but decided, with those set pieces that very well can mark a final. 15 years will make this summer since the moment that you were with your dad to Palma de Mallorca, Spain, to the World Finals 2010. How you managed to keep the motivation after 15 years of career? Well, maybe 16 if you started in 29, I could say. How do you manage to keep that motivation to face teenagers that come on top so strongly now in eFootball?
generally I just like the game, whatever it is. It can be Pro Evolution, it can be football. It's always I always keep this side of the football, and so yeah. I mean, it's just when you have in your blood the competition, and you like to compete and to show everyone that you can still be there, even if you lose or if you win. So I think this is the motivation. Keep training and always show that you are one of the best players.